Welcome once again. Yes, please don't take it too hard upon yourself. It's just a game. It's a money-making game. Yes, we all know. But yes, don't take it too hard on yourself. Once you make a decision, it's your decision. You stick to it. Whatever outcome there is, do not worry much about what happens. But what I just want to tell you is stick to your decision. If it doesn't work, it's fine. You've learned something. If it works, yes, we take the money home. Look at the history. Two pinks, a couple of purples, yes, a couple of blues. It looks like it's semi-balanced. No much pinks, but it's okay. It's okay. It's workable because when you get those purples, that's where you can pick up one or two that gives you money to play. And then you wait for the pinks to come so you can pick the second one. And then I can be able to get somewhere. So I've been having a conversation with one of my friends. They said, I put in 100 Rand. After I put in 100 Rand, I worked it up all the way to about 800. When I got to 800, I blew it all. All right, you'll agree with me that that is exactly the same old story that happens to everyone. So the thing is, it's not like you're not going to earn some profit when you start playing. No. Most of the times, if not mistaken, it should be around 80 to 90%. When we start playing whatever game we play, we are so focused. And to be honest, we get some profit. So it doesn't really matter how much profit you make or what percentage you make. But to be honest, you will indeed make profit at one point. Yes, I know there are some unlucky points that maybe you just come in and then you see it's blue after blue. Oh well, it happens. It happens. But it doesn't happen all the time. But this is the thing now. It's about our expectations meeting the reality. So at times we expect a pink, it doesn't come. At times we expect a big purple, it doesn't come, right? And then at times we expect a something smaller, but something bigger comes, right? Like for instance, 4.16 is when I collected. I was expecting a 5x, but I just decided, let me take it at 4. And then I got something from it. Otherwise, I would have missed that one. Right, so at times things don't work exactly according to plan. But my point today is just to say, don't take it hard upon yourself, right? Time is coming, right? We're getting into the 20s of the month very soon. In the next couple of days, I know the game will start paying very, very well. And at that point, all you need is focus. So the thing is, you see, at this point, I was expecting it not to get to 5x. That's why I picked it up at 4x. And guess what? It went to 6.65. That was perfect. Yes, I might have taken 200 more, but it's still okay. The one that I got is better than not having anything at all. And when you look at the playing strategies, someone, when it gets to 6.65x, they would have cashed out both and they'll make more money than me. You understand? So if they take, say for instance, they pick up at 4x and then they pick up at 6x, if they are paying 200 each, they would have made 1,200, 1,000. In fact, it's 1,600 profit. If it happens that it gives you these big purples, maybe 3 or 4 of them in a row, then you'll be making profit. In no time, you'll be reaching 10K. But for me, I'll be getting depleted because I will not be picking the second one because I'm expecting something bigger. Right at this point, I saw I felt it was going to go over 5x, but I didn't do exactly what I was supposed to do. The same thing that I was doing, I was picking at about 4 point something. Just after 4x, I pick up. At times when you start looking at these things and calculating, you realize you'd rather go for a 4.5x where you get yourself a 900, or you get yourself a 4x where you get yourself an 800. A guaranteed 800 is better than an elusive 1K. You know what I mean? So yes, after 5 times of missing the 1K, 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 it's much better than not than waiting and not getting it, right? So look at this. I was expecting it not to get there. This time around, I decided to pick it before that, and then it went all the way through. And now I'm expecting a 15x. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. That is exactly what my question was. Is a 14x not better? A 14x that has been picked up not much better than an elusive 15x? That's in a potential 2.8 that I would have taken there. Or even if I took maybe a 10 or 12, that would be maybe at least a 2K. I would be going up. And that is the reason why at times we get depleted. Because when I'm looking at this history right here, it really looks like it's a very great history. It doesn't have too much pinks. It doesn't have even big pinks. It gives pinks sporadically, but you can see it's also giving purples. And one other tip that I'd love to give you is when you see a game giving a lot of purples, I think it's the right time to forget about pinks. Yes, the pinks might come, yes, here and there, yes, they do come, but you realize that they'll come less pinks. But if you see more blues, you also expect more pinks, maybe and a few purples. Yes, you may expect more pinks, maybe even bigger pinks. Why? Because the system has money. It's picking up. People are not really cashing out. Maybe they're not picking up their monies on time, or maybe they're not actually, like for instance, 1.09, 1.10, 1.02, and now 1.19x. In most cases, it takes money from everyone, because I don't think anyone would have cashed out unless otherwise I don't know what objectives you'll be having, or maybe you have some instinct of some sort. But I just want to tell you that whatever happens, just make sure that you don't take too hard on yourself, and make sure that whatever strategy that you work with is exactly what you stick to, right? So I want you to note as I go that there are times that I anticipated that it will go, maybe the plane will fly maybe after 5x. It never really did. Like for instance, it just did the 2.74 now, and I was expecting it maybe to go beyond that. At times I was expecting it to go less than 5, and then I'll pick up maybe at 4.2, then it still goes all the way to 9x or to 6x. Yes, it does happen, right? So at this point, you see, for anyone who is playing 2x, they'll be making money. So I was also giving one of this example again. There's a time that I decided, no, I want to just start picking 2x and 3x. I just want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how much I would make. And funny enough, I actually made money. I actually made money from nowhere, because the time that I decided to do that was a perfect time, because it never then gave anything big. It kept on going to 4x, 5x, 4x, 5x, and then it never really gave pinks. By the time I made a decision to say, let me now change, I was so lucky. I ended up getting everything. At this point, 6.51x, I was expecting it to go beyond 10x. And now I didn't pick anything, even the 1K that I was expecting. It's all those type of it's that type of guesswork that we always try and do. I was just feeling maybe because it hasn't given a pink, maybe it might give a pink. And I wanted to pick up a pink, and the pink didn't come. So that's why you see it went at 6.51x, and I didn't actually pick up anything. So that issue of discipline is one thing that I'm always emphasizing on. Once you stick to something, stick to it. It's always important. I've so many a times looked at this thing and I said, look, how many 5x's have I missed? So far in this session, you can see I've missed 2 of them. That's a potential 2K, and 2K is like 4 good rounds, and 4 good rounds could take me to the next Canon for me. It can get me to the next 100x, who knows? Or maybe at times when you get depleted, maybe that 2K would have taken you to the next pink. Because so many times when I'm depleted, when I don't have anything on my balance, I've seen 2-3 spins later, it gives a pink, or it starts giving something. So at times when you have something and maybe you decide to play in a certain way and it doesn't really work out, don't take it too hard on yourself. Just tell yourself it's time to reconsider. Try and work with a plan. That's why it's always a very, very good thing that when you put 100 Rand wanting to make profit, yes, I know you're thinking of 100K. Yes, it's okay. But do you realize when you get to 600, 800, that's still a lot of money? You see, some are putting even 50 and trying to make 50 to make it 200. That's a lot of money. What other business can you actually get into and make such an amount? Look, 7.69. Now, this is the 3rd time I've missed a 5x. I missed the 5.0x, I missed the 6.51, now I missed the 7.69. That's a potential 3K. Even worse if I picked both of them at 5x. But anyway, I wouldn't do that. But for many of you who would actually love to play, it's a very good idea that you also pick up maybe a 4x and a 5x. Or you can pick up a 5x and a 6x, a 5x and a 10x, a 4x and a 6x. It just depends on how you feel. Because what's important is for you to make profit. And once you make profit, just remember one thing. That moment that you make profit, everyone else has made profit. The game will not continue to pay. It just pays for so much. One thing that we know that we don't know is one thing that will always remain a secret is how much does the system have? How much does the system, or how much is the system willing to give away, right? So there it goes again. Because I had already missed the previous pinks, the previous big purples, I'm thinking, right about this time, maybe it can give me a pink, right? And then there it is. Surely it gives me a pink. And because it gives me a pink, I picked the first one at 3K, which is perfect. Otherwise, I would have taken a 4K, which was the first 1K, and the next one a 4K. And at this point, because I'm busy fidgeting, I miss it. Why? Because I got greedy, which is the most important thing that I'm always saying. If I picked the first one at 15x, I should have picked the next one at maybe 20, 25x, right? That would have been perfect. But at times I'm thinking maybe 30x. Yes, because I'm trying to cover for those that I missed. Now look at how many I missed. Because it's unfortunate Aviator doesn't have revisions. You can't go back and revise and say, can I play again so that you can decide properly? No, once a chance has come, it's gone. Look at how many 1Ks I missed. And now I just missed a nice 5K or 4K, or even a 3K was still okay. So in total, if you add the other 3K and the other 4K, that would have made up in maybe 7 or 8K. I would have been in the 20s. So you can actually realize that the Aviator is paying at this point. But because my anticipations are wrong, I always keep getting it wrong, right? So for instance, now I just picked up a 5X. I didn't quite anticipate it well that it's going to be a pink. It became a pink. If I had held on that pink, maybe I would have picked somewhere. Maybe this was the right time for me to pick up the 15X and then pick up the next one. But anyway, I'll try again next time and see if we can get it right. Thank you and have a great one.